Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the next episode of the G&A podcast. I am the big Willie of the Tyverse, Scooby-Doo.
And I'm your favorite undercover Titan, Sobroni.
And welcome back to the G&A podcast, where we talk about all things anime, the good, the bad, and the weeb. How you doing, Oni?
I'm doing well, kind of. How are you doing, Drew?
I'm doing a lot better than when we recorded our spring, not spring preview, the winter preview.
Yep. By the way, guys, we recorded our winter preview.
Yeah, that happened. So look out for that. Yeah, I literally just had to take a shower, had to eat some food, do the basic things. Yo, everyone, have the time if you're feeling bad. Try eating something and drinking water. I guarantee you.
Yes, life's greatest luxury: eating food and drinking water.
You know what? At this point, you say that like as a joke. I don't know how much of that is a joke. Just saying. And while we cannot feed you water and food ourselves, what we can do is feed you some news. That's right. We're gonna hop right into our news segment, This Week in Anime. I think I am the one who holds all the news to my chest this week.
You are the bearer of news, be it good or bad.
One you're going to love. The first one, the editor for Attack on Titan released a statement saying that Kodansha is taking strict actions against illegal uploads.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yep. So according to Anime News Network, there's a quote from Twitter. It says Kodansha is taking strict actions against illegal uploads. Currently working on identifying the root of the leak. All of the illegal uploads are also under discussion with the police. We hope you will continue to enjoy our official product. So be careful, y'all. Just saying.
Be careful if you're hosting that illegal content. I will say when it comes to like going after pirated stuff, I don't I get it, but and I don't condone it, but I always go with the approach of it's kind of just like a waste of time and money. Like for every person you take down in the months and millions of dollars it's gonna take to take down one site with legal action or whatever, like dude, 17 other sites are just gonna pop up, especially with a manga as popular as Attack on Titan. Like it's just it's
I'm
just
like, girl, good luck.
So yeah, good luck with that.
You would need your own task force.
Some dude's gonna set up a server in fucking Panama or something, and what are you gonna do about it?
Exactly.
So yeah, it's always been a fruitless effort, but do you Attack on Titan?
Yeah, I hope maybe they're like scare them or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't know. But, yeah, so that was the first news. Anything else you said? Nope. Okay. And next, some music news. Lisa,
I knew you were gonna
to Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba singles top Japan's digital downloads in 2020. Oricon announced that Gurenge sold basically almost 1 million digital copies to top the digital single ranking chart for 2020, making her the first female artist to top the annual chart. And her theme song Homura, which is the other theme song for the movie, it has sold 700k digital downloads to rank number 2. So she's number 1 and number 2 for 2020.
I've gone, and now I know how haters feel, because I've gone from literally liking the opening, like I went from loving the opening and being like, wow, this opening is really good, to being like, it's alright, it's okay, to now being like, I fucking hate this opening, because everyone sucks it off like it's the best. It's the Titanic of fucking opening, like, oh my god, Demon Slayer is like, it's a good opening. Let's chill the fuck down. It's not the best opening of 2020, let alone the best song of 2020.
I just said all that. Literally, I just saw this and I'm just like, oh, this is such Oni trigger news.
It
I have to.
is. Thank God I like Demon Slayer, because if I didn't like Demon Slayer, I'd probably be going crazy. Oh my God, it's so I like it, and even I have to acknowledge it's so insanely overrated.
I don't even listen to Homura. I mean, if we did during karaoke stream, I didn't recognize the song.
I didn't either.
But Homura has ranked #1 on Oricon's weekly digital singles charts for 10 consecutive weeks, and is now tied with Yonezu's 2018 single "Lemon" for the longest running #1 single on the chart.
Yeah, but I'm sure it has nothing to do with Demon Slayer mania that's going. I'm pretty sure if Lisa just burped out the alphabet and made that the opening to Demon Slayer season 2, that would top the fucking Oricon charts.
Yeah, no, definitely people, and this is what I was talking about last week. I was talking about music. That's what I talked about. Yeah, I was talking about music and J-popping.
K-pop.
Well, J-pop and K-pop and anime. Generally, like, people are biased because they're just like so hyped for the anime that, you know, like it's like, is it even unconscious bias at this point? I'm like,
it upsets me because
it's so loud.
I like her Fate stuff way more. Like, her other openings are actually much better than Demon Slayer. Like, she has a lot better music than Demon Slayer. Trust me.
Ironically, well, unironically, I do just like Gurenge, so it's just like it's like I want to be in your camp, Oni, so bad. I really do.
Yeah, but do you like it? Do you think it's better than anything Boa has put out? Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely, I didn't say all that. Totomate, let's not get crazy. But it's in terms of the anime song, for anime openings, it's up there,
including Boa's anime openings.
Bitch only has one.
And it's better than Gurenge.
That's
biased. Wait!
I'm gonna love.
Are you gonna say it's not?
I'm gonna pick Boa. That's not fair. I'm gonna pick Boa just out of duty. Boa can literally make a. Do you remember? So for Christmas, there's this very funny Christmas video, an old video, Patti LaBelle singing "This Christmas." Have you seen that one?
No.
So Patti LaBelle is trying to sing "This Christmas." Her choir's gone. The cue cards are messed up, so she doesn't know the lyrics to the song at all. So without choir, without backup singer, and without knowing the lyrics, she just ad-libs for the entire song.
How does she not know the lyrics to the song?
People don't know lyrics to songs. I don't know. Maybe it was last minute.
If I'm going, it's not like it's an obscure song.
Listen, it didn't matter because she just ad-libbed the shit out of it and did a great job. And just like Patti LaBelle, if Boa could just ad-lib a song where she's just like, yeah, and then I'd be like, yeah, this is better than anything Lisa's ever produced. So that's what I'm saying. That's not fair.
A couple of Lisa haters on this podcast, baby.
I'm not a Lisa hater at all.
You're right.
I just love Boa.
I'm a Gurenge hater. I specifically just hate Gurenge. Like, that's it. Like, everything else I'm fine with. Just fuck Gurenge.
I don't understand. It's good, and it's really good. She has really good vocals. I love
it's a good poppy song. It's just not the top song of all time. It's not the Citizen Kane of music.
It's in terms for like anime songs. It's very standard, but like a higher quality.
Fruits Basket had a better opening last season or last year.
I remember one of the openings I really liked. I wouldn't say it's better than Gurenge, but
the only reason I remember Gurenge so much is because it like people play it so much that it like sticks in my head, and it will never leave because it's played so often.
I don't know. I just really like her vocals. I just really fuck with her vocals on that song.
If you enjoy the song, go for it. Just don't bring it up around me unless you want to try to trigger me.
I never bring it up except for now because it's fun. It's because it's funny at this point. Like, it's just a meme. Like, hey guys, you
I
know
hear
how
that
many
song
your
in my
song is
nightmares.
Gurenge. Out of nowhere, you're like, where is this is a dream? And then you're like, out of nowhere, okay. Enough of the Oni bullying and the
Mhm.
Gurenge worship. It is time to get into the meat of potatoes. Actually, I don't even mind. I don't mind taking much time, only because it's going to be a very, very, very short episode.
Yes, guys.
This
Not
pod.
many stuff happened because like a lot of the shows ended because the end of the season.
Yep, I think all but one ended today.
Yeah, everything. Well, I mean two because Attack on Titan and Higurashi.
Oh, never mind. I can't count. So all but ended this week.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's get into it. Also, before we start, I just want to point out that I love how, as underrated as Golden Kamui is, it's top 3 on the score on for anychart.net.
Yay.
Base God.
Mm-hmm.
Then that's what we're starting with. Golden Kamui, season 3, episode 12, the last episode.
It's funny because like a lot of stuff kind of happened in this episode, but it doesn't feel like anything happened, you know?
It I'm te- I almost want to make this my episode of the week. Really,
Really?
really, really bad. I want to. I won't, but I want to. Just let you know that I want to.
Just so you know, I want to do it. I want to make this the best episode, but I cannot lie to myself.
Yeah, but it was. Don't get me wrong. It was good for a final episode. Like for Golden Kamui, for anime, this is a very good finish.
It
All the
is,
same.
but like I think the issue is it was not as good as the penultimate episode where all that crazy shit happened. So now my it might have like heightened the expectations, and this episode is kind of like a cooling down episode for the most. Like,
I mean, I feel like the beginning not so much.
yeah,
Like
the first few
the beginning was
important.
very for the first. I would say the first. I was as far as saying the first half was very strong.
Yeah. Seeing what's his name, Gurenge?
Yeah, the death of Kiroranke.
That was obviously huge. Pretty huge.
Yeah.
Pretty huge development.
That was really damn. They I really thought, and I really thought that Koito was gonna be the one to die because he was just introduced at a later time.
Oh yeah,
as
sure.
important. I was like, oh well, Koito's gonna die.
I thought they were both gonna die. I thought they were gonna kill each other.
No. Nope. And they're like, psych, Kiranke's dying. And then the way they treated his death was very well done.
Yeah, like, I don't know why they gave him such a. Maybe it's just me. I mean, I guess out of respect for Astipa, but I would have like beat the shit. I would have smashed his face with one of those rocks. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's because it was out of respect for the history that he had, and also like it's not like they had a chance to talk it out as to why he did what he did. And they know his intentions. And which aren't bad either. Basically, which was like, I still want to, start the revolution and free like the Ainu that are stuck up north and are being occupied by Russia. So it's like, I guess they were like respecting that. Sophia screaming in the water. That was so powerful.
That was
it was
really crazy. I felt my face got cold when she did that. I was like, oh no, that hurts. That hurts to watch.
Yeah, so it just like it was like she's like mourning, but she can't even mourn loudly because she doesn't want to be caught. She just screams in water. So that was a powerful scene for me.
Yeah, and it definitely shows that she's gonna show up again soon. Like I like that they foreshadow that.
Shiraishi being sad because like he legit bonded with
Yeah,
Kiroranke. Like, you know, this was at one point this was their like friend
true.
or their comrade. So, you know, and you know, he had it's one of those things there's just like he was very gray, more towards the black side, but very gray.
Yeah, that's what I like about the villains. For the most part, they tend to be very ambiguous. Even the ones that are like crazy are somewhat ambiguous. You know.
Yeah. So that was a very strong finish. Um Also, Asira finally learns that her dad didn't kill the Ainu. And she's
Mm-hmm.
like, then who did? And at this point, I'm blaming everything on Tsurumi.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure Surumi is involved in this somehow.
I'm sure. Yeah, no. Everything bad that happens in this anime, Tsurumi played a part in.
You know, even though Surumi didn't like, I don't think he directly appeared in any of the episodes, like just in
Nope.
flashbacks and stuff.
Yep, that's the
But
flashbacks.
yeah, he still had such a heavy presence in the season that it feels like crazy. Like that's how you know he's such a good villain. Like even when he's not directly involved in the plot, he's directly involved in the plot. Like, he doesn't
Exactly.
have to appear in the show for his like meddlings to be all over the place, for his fingerprints to be everywhere.
Yeah. Um. So and then kind of takes a lull towards the middle. Like all of a sudden we're just like, you know, chilling, we're cooking food. And don't get me wrong, some of those moments were very like
I found
some
it
moments were
funny,
kind of
like
funny.
the
Yeah, it
one
was funny.
where the what's her name, Svetlana, and the other guy just ran off, and they're like, they had wild adventures, but that's a story for another. And you like see her on like a back,
Yeah, I'm
like
like,
shooting
what?
people. I'm like, okay, can I watch that show? Is that a
Okay.
spinoff we're gonna get?
That was crazy. And then speaking of crazy, uh Ogata somehow at post
That was
surgery ends up
lit.
escaping.
I like that the whole time he was in the room and he was just like hiding behind the door.
Yup.
He's such a fucking badass.
He really is. It's like, yeah, you're and then as he's running away, he just like has his hand stretched out to the sky.
Yeah. Only way would have been better if he was like completely naked. Like I thought
Just
the
complete
robe was gonna fly off of him or something.
He just runs off. Oh my god, I love the characters.
I like
So
that
much.
even though the characters are like, there's several characters who are just completely just destroyed, like physically. Like Ogata doesn't have an eye anymore, so he's not gonna be anywhere near as good a sniper. And what's his name? The other guy who works with Surumi, who's like missing half his body part, is still
Right, almost half of his face is gone.
yeah. So like, there's still all these very disabled enemies, but they're still a huge threat to the characters.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah. Uh, all in all, you know, they have some like I really like their form of humor. It's not like it's very like almost deadpan
Mm-hmm.
kind of a lot of humor or
Yeah.
very over the top. Like, you know, when Gansoku is like carrying his name was it Tsushima?
Yeah, Sugishima.
And like that moment where he says something, he just looks at Tsukushima
He's
and
just like a deadpan
he
expression.
he just looks back at him like I
Mhm.
hate this.
Yeah, this sucks. Or even when they were like, when Asiba showed up with Sugimoto, and then what's his name? The other guy was just like, "Oh, we worked with Sugimoto to save you. Don't just run off on your own." And then he was like,
Exactly.
"Quick, let's run off!" And they just dropped the other two.
And then the guy was like dot. Or when Koito was like, oh yeah, when Tsukishima was like, oh okay, Koito, let's turn back to like, you know, you finally go back to Tsurumi.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's like, oh my god, you can go back, oh my god, eat up and get better, and just flops back on his face.
And he's trying to like suck it.
He's trying to eat it, yeah.
Yeah, like little moments like that really make the show a lot more like entertaining.
Exactly.
Oh man. So I guess overall scores. Who goes first?
I would go first. I don't know. This is hard. It's a hard one.
Yeah. I forgot what I gave last season. Pretty sure I gave it like a 9 or a 9.5.
I'm pretty sure I gave it a 9.5.
Mm-hmm.
Um. I'll. Hmm. I'm. I'm so stuck. I'm so.
Do you want me to go first?
Yeah. If you already have your score, you can go first.
I'm gonna give it a 9. I'm gonna retroactively, if I didn't give the second season a 9.5, it's a 9.5 now, and I'm giving this one a 9. I think I don't think it was as good as the second season. I think it did, like, its high points I think were just as high as the second season, but then there were a few episodes that were just kind of like draggy, and they weren't as, I think not having that dynamic of Asleepa, Sugimoto, and Shiraishi like constantly there, kind of hurt it a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I missed a lot. It's like they tried other ones, and they were fun. You know, I'm gonna give it a 9 as well. Yeah. I was literally giving it 8.5, but I'm not just saying it more. I'm just like, they had good symmetry between it. Just the golden trio.
Yeah, you can't beat that trio.
So like, literally, they came back at once, and it was like the funniest shit.
It was literally like one of the best moments in the whole season. So.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's hard to beat that. So I think that, and just like, I don't know, just like it felt like watching them chase around after each other for a little bit for like half the season was kind of just like, it didn't have that same, it dragged on for too long. It didn't have that same sense of like anything could happen at any moment like the previous seasons had.
It's like, oh, you're going to run this direction, and they're gonna
be over here. Yeah, it felt too like it was walking along a very strict path, as opposed to like the wild craziness it usually goes through.
Yeah.
So, but still a great show. Obviously, go watch Golden Kamui if you haven't already. It's amazing and it's worth it, and it's one of the hidden gems of anime.
Really and truly, such a good anime. So, yeah. Loved it a lot. Good, very good though. Okay. Up next we have is it Kami-sama?
Higurashi.
Yep, I was like, I feel like I'm missing something, and I'm missing Higurashi. Nonaku Koro ni go. Episode 13.
This was an episode.
Yeah. So a lot of my problem with this whole entire arc is the same problem I had with this episode, as we've been saying for like the past 2-3 episodes. Once again, until a certain point, obviously, it was just like, oh my god, we're going back to the Child Protective Agency to release Sotoko. The only reason why this episode it was much better is because they stopped that shit halfway. Like, it wasn't what the whole episode was about.
I didn't mind. Like, it still kind of dragged on a bit with the Child Protective Service stuff.
Exactly, yeah.
But I didn't mind it as much, because what really got me for this episode was, as it went along, like, they kept being super happy and stuff. And, like, while all this happy stuff was happening, and all this good music was playing and everything, and everyone was being joyful, in the back of my mind, I knew something bad was going to happen, so it just made it feel even more tense, and like, oh my god, I'm scared. Like, seeing them all happy just made me more on edge. So, I liked that kind of, like, psychological effect it had on me. But yeah, other than that, I agree. The whole, like, this arc, it's funny, because out of all the arcs, this arc was the longest, because it's 5 episodes, but I felt like they could have made it 3 episodes. They could have made it the shortest arc, and it would have been better, because we really didn't need all that Child Protective Services for 3 episode stuff.
Yeah, not at all. I mean, this is definitely, I feel like this was generally a weaker arc in general.
I like this episode, but the arc as a whole, probably, yeah, the weakest arc so far.
Yeah, was it the same no, it wasn't. I wouldn't say, this was the weakest arc in
I mean, it started off like really well.
No, I mean the original. I'm sorry, I meant the original.
Oh, you mean in the original series?
Yeah.
No, in the original series, I would say the Mion arc was probably the weakest one.
Yeah. Okay.
Like this one started off really well with the whole Satoko, freaking out and getting PTSD thing. But then I think the whole 3 episodes of them just talking about Child Protective Services really dragged it down as a whole.
Agreed. Like they were just like, wow, look at what happens in every. Like they were purposely trying. I did appreciate that. It's like I understand they're trying to set it up so that it's like, oh my god, everything's happening. We're gonna get a perfect ending, but like, girl, this is Higurashi. Like we know that's not.
Yeah, it's not a good fake out because like when you know how many episodes are in the season and you're like, Rika, it's only episode 12. I think you're not gonna have a happy ending just yet.
Yeah.
I will say I liked I liked what this episode set up. Like I think we were talking about in the live watch. Like for example, Oishi was never this much of a factor in anything in the original.
Yeah.
He was never this prevalent in the story.
Yeah.
Like he was all over this arc, and
now
we have reason to suspect him.
Also, if you haven't watched the original, spoilers.
Yeah, spoilers.
I'm gonna be talking about like specifically, like huge spoilers. So, a lot of people. So we were doing crafting as usual after I live watched. And I think Nocturne Saver said, I think he joined like the I forget what they're called.
Yama-Inu.
I just called the what?
Yama-Inu.
The Yama-Inu. I literally just call them the military.
Fair enough.
In my mind. Yeah, he claims that he's part of them, and that's why he, lit everyone up. My theory was just like some shit happened, and he just succumbed to Hinamizawa virus, and just started killing people.
Yeah, that's not my theory. I think that's too straightforward. So you ready for my absolutely insane crackpot theory that's totally not 100% true? So I'm pretty sure that anytime the attacks are going on and there's like that red filter overlay and everything's all weird looking, that's not really what's happening, and it's like the character's illusions. So I don't think Teppei was in that house and beating up Keiichi. What I think happened, and get ready for this, I think Satoko killed Teppei at some point and was gonna kill Keiichi. Satoko was suspicious the way she just tried to drag Keiichi away from the festival and everything. I didn't like it. I was mad sus of Satoko the whole time, and we didn't see her for like 3 episodes. So I'm thinking she had a role in this as some form of the attacker here. I'm not sure what to make of why Oishi was shooting up the festival, other than maybe he knew that Teppei was dead and he went to the festival to see if he can catch Satoko or somebody, and then got into a gunfight with the Yama-Inu or something. But
a gunfight with the Yama-Inu? No, she's not a gunfight. Reina made it very.
I don't trust. I also don't trust Reina's. Like, I don't trust Reina as a fair and unbiased source of what happened. I think she's very much traumatized and just like maybe doesn't have the full picture of what happened. And she probably saw Oishi with a gun and like then saw Mion dead and dead or something.
There's a fair difference between Oishi and people were shooting at each other.
Because I don't get what Oishi has to gain from any of this.
And I think that's like the big whole. I'm saying something triggered. Something triggered and convinced him.
Especially, even up until
what if that? I mean, I already said the spoiler thing. So, what if some outside force? And I want to bring this up because you were bringing it up with like illusions and things that may not be true. I'm like, we're opening up that book. Well, why not just take it a bit further and be like, let's just say perhaps maybe another witch is
we're in full Umineko territory. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, no, you went there first when you started.
I mean, they hallucinate in the original Higurashi too.
I mean,
without even going into the whole Umineko situation,
like hallucinations is like that's like the whole paranoia, but like
they get too paranoid. That's the whole thing. Yeah, the whole Hinamizawa syndrome.
Yeah, but I don't think. But I don't think like those are like some slight. Those are like steady decline.
Yeah, which is why I don't think Oishi. Which is why I don't think it was Oishi, because he didn't show any steady decline and deterioration in his.
But neither did Keiichi, so why would he like randomly see Teppei for no reason? If everything's supposed to be good and dandy.
I mean, he wasn't in the. He's been overly aggressive this whole arc, threatening people.
Totoko from.
Yeah, but I think it's more likely. It's more likely than Oishi going crazy.
I don't know. For me, I
mean, if you want to bring up witches, that's why I was always asking. That's why I was saying I need more to see what the Umineko ties are in, because if it's witches, then all bets are off. I can be like, oh well, Burn is using fucking Oishi as a game piece to fucking kill everyone. Then all bets are off.
I was about to
yeah,
like they're just because So it's either one or two things. Either I don't know, Satoko's accounts and Oishi and his actions, there's a clear connection between the two. I don't think either of them are separate. I think they're both interconnected. Because she's saying how Oishi arrested him and brought him away, and I'm just like, okay, but if what you're saying is true, Oni, then if that's not what happened, what did happen to Oishi?
What if? All right, here's another crazy theory. What if? Because I really don't trust Satoko in this arc. What if Satoko
killed everyone?
Satoko killed Teppei. Then when Oishi showed up to be like, oh, because we never saw him afterwards. If Oishi shows up and then Satoko kills Oishi, right? And then plans to kill Keiichi, he turns the tables, kills her, or beats her or something, and that maybe triggers something for Takano or somebody to go crazy and start shooting up. It's hard to maybe using framing Oishi for it.
Maybe he found the body and that's what triggered it. Depending on how gruesome it was. Because I could definitely see, because I was totally convinced that she killed Teppei. Like 1,000,000%.
Who? Satoko?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm willing to bet that she killed Teppei. I know she's not innocent in this chapter. She did some crazy shit. I feel pretty confident. She was super sus at the end of this chapter.
Yeah, she really was. I don't know, man. Like there's a lot of not information. I don't know. I do believe honestly that Oishi did end up just shooting people. I just don't know the reason why. In my mind, I want to think it's insanity, because Reina said, "Oh my God, Oishi killed our friend." But like, if it's other people also killing everyone, I feel like you wouldn't just stop there with the news. You know what I'm saying?
True. Like, man, I miss this theory crafting. That's why I love Higurashi and Umineko so much.
Yeah, same. I don't know. It's just, guys, let us know what you think. What are your theories?
Give us your theories down in the comments.
Yes. And if you don't know anything we're talking about, well, I warned you about spoilers.
Yes, go read Umineko and Higurashi.
Yes. But that being said, let's move on to Kami-sama ni Natta Hi, episode 12. The last episode. Oh, what's that for?
I
I don't
didn't.
know. It was a sweet ending.
I don't know how to feel about this
I don't
ending
know how
of
to.
the episode.
I'm fine. I am fine with the way it. I'm fine with. Ironically, this is one of those anime where it's like I'm fine how it ended. My problem is how we got there.
That is definitely a problem for me too. Like we got there in a really messy way.
Exactly, but I'm fine with how it. Like it was very.
You don't feel unsatisfied in any way. Like I feel extremely unsatisfied. I feel like there's so many loose ends. Like we never got anything. We never got around getting back to. Like I expected the dad to show up at some point again, like Hina's dad. To like, I feel like he didn't really do anything. Like I wanted him to. Like I feel like so many people needed their comeuppance or their like that satisfying moment in the story. Those higher ups who took the chip out of Hina in the first place or the computer out of Hina in the first place, I nothing happened to them. Nothing happened to the CEO woman that was working with the other kid. Like I feel like there's so much stuff that could have happened,
That's
and it's just
fair.
like nothing happened.
No,
Like,
that's 100% fair.
so it just made me feel unsatisfied. Like, damn, these assholes didn't get like anything happening to them or anything. Like this is just we're just all right.
Yeah,
Uh,
this is definitely ironically enough as seemingly like whatever this anime may be is definitely would have benefited from 24 episodes to just cover
yeah. This was
everything.
so like I want to say rushed, but it wasn't. It just felt
Exactly.
like it was
It's
a
like
like it
they
just shifted gears in the last three
like
episodes.
just like boom and all of a sudden plot like
Like yeah, I have it feels like they didn't know what they wanted to do. The whole premise is kind of pointless when you think about it. The world is gonna end and whatever that we started with, nothing ended. The whole premise of the show is just kind of like it doesn't matter because it didn't resolve into anything. So I don't know. I didn't know how I feel about that. They could have just like not tried to trick us with that premise.
uh I I will say that plot twist was a little disappointing because it's like
Mm-hmm.
why start big when you're going small?
Yeah, like they started
Uh,
way bigger and like huge scope with so many things that could have happened, and they shrunk down the scope to just being like it's actually just a girl who's really sick in the hospital. I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, there were so many bigger implications that you set up, and you're just not gonna talk about any of them. Cool. Not gonna talk
yeah,
about the
no,
shadowy government organization that apparently runs the world that may have something to do with this, or like the horrors of technology in society or something. Nope. Okay. Like yeah, it's just a bunch of setup that didn't really go anywhere.
hmm.
Even with the father, like like I'm really disappointed that the father didn't come back and like I wanted him to show up and be like Yoda to just be like, listen, I'm gonna take care of her because I love her and this is how you're supposed to be, and or something like that. Like I wanted the father to get his like moment to either be like to see what a dick he was or repent for herself or something. But it just kind of feels like, oh, that's just an empty moment that we're just never gonna resolve or go back to.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, they did leave a lot. I don't know. I think I just like the sentimentality of the last episode.
Yeah,
Honestly,
I agree
like
with
it was
that.
like going just like I'm saying like if they had to choose anything to focus on, I would say I wanted to focus on the main character and
Yeah.
her. Despite her disability, they're still the memories that they all had together. They're trying to give her like a full life and praise and love her. I'm just like, oh, that I don't know. That really touched me.
It did, but like again, I just feel like
Yeah,
they
there's
went
a lot.
about
There's a
it
lot.
in the wrong way. Like they could
Yeah.
tell this exact same story, but change a lot of the stuff around, like what characters get focused on in certain episodes, or maybe adding more depth to other characters, or making certain like storylines cross paths. Because as it stands, none of the stories really felt like they intersected, and it would feel a lot more powerful. This kind of just felt like it was a rush thing at the end. They were like, "Oh, by the way, This is also a drama. We gotta do some drama stuff.
Yeah.
I just feel like somewhat like you could just watch the show and watch up to like episode 9 and then don't watch anymore, and you have a pretty damn good comedy anime.
Yeah, basically. It was just comedy, and then until it wasn't, and then just switched gear. So yeah, let us give the final score, or I think I'll go first. I'm gonna give it a I give it 7.5. Like those first 9 episodes were really good. I enjoyed them, and then like I said, I really like the ending was sentimental. It's like, yeah, I don't want to hate it for like episodes 10, 11, 9, 10, 11. Like, yeah, like, yeah, it was. I would go as far as saying it had some of the funniest moments like this whole season of anime.
It did, but it's not a comedy. That's my issue. I mean, it is, but like,
comedy.
are we? It's its primary genre is drama, though. It's like, I don't know if that's fair. You can't just be like it's not. I'm not gonna compare it to Kaguya or something. Like, I'm gonna compare it to Angel Beats and Clannad and the other shows that are somewhat comedy but mostly dramas.
I think we did that just because.
Like I said, if it was, it is.
I think we were a little biased. We were a little bit biased.
You were, but like if it was just like I said, if I just watched episode 9 and was grading this as a comedy, this would be like an 8. But I didn't. I watched all of it, and I have to make sense of the actual plot and story and drama in it. I'm gonna give it a 5. I feel like it had so much potential. I was gonna give it a 4. You pushed me up because I remembered how funny it was. But it had so much potential, and it set up all these interesting, cool narratives and ideas and characters, and then it proceeded to do nothing with any of them. And I get that the ending was really.
Now you convinced me. I'm giving it. You convinced me over my score. Now I'm giving it a 7. I was like, I
get where you're coming from because it was really funny.
I don't want to give it a 7 only because it's like I feel like you're focusing on all the things that was missing, and I'm focusing on all the things that I had. So it's like it had a lot. It could have given. It should have given us more, but
it's a very divisive show. Like, maybe it is my bias. I'm expecting more because the same guy did Angel Beats and Clannad. I'm like, but there was so much potential. I mean, all right. Let's put it this way: if you go into this show, and you're not expecting much, and you just want like a cute show, I think the show could be like Drew said, it could be like a 7 or an 8 because it's like, oh, it's funny, and if you're not thinking too hard, then the ending, it's touching and it's heartwarming, and it can make you shed a tear, and you're like, oh my god, I love this show. Like, if I went to my mom and I showed her the show, I can or if I had a girlfriend and I showed my girlfriend the show and she didn't know anything about anime, and she would be like, oh my god, this is wonderful, I love it. But if you go in with the context of like, this is by the guy who did Clannad and Angel Beats, and you watch those shows and you know what's coming and you're waiting for that thing to happen and it just doesn't happen, and then what you do get is like really low tier compared to the other 2 things he did or the other 3 things he did. So it's really hard to grade it.
That is understandable. I'm definitely leaving my bias at the door and
I guess it depends who you are and what you're expecting.
Yeah, like I don't know. I think for me at some point I realized this was not going to be that.
Maybe, yeah. And I was always holding out hope for it to get there.
Yeah, I was like, no, I think I made my peace with it.
I'll push it to a 6. It'll be a 6. I think it's a cute show that has a heartwarming ending, and so long as you don't think too much about,
the
main
black hole about this anime is that it just bit off more than it could chew.
Definitely.
Yeah. All right.
Cool.
Well, let's move on to the last episode of Strike Witches. Episode. What episode is this?
12.
Episode 12.
This is my episode of the week.
I think I'm gonna split it. I'm gonna split this one.
Same. I'm gonna split it with the other one. Yeah. All right. We'll split it. I liked it because this was a really. It was like a really cool ending episode. Like it had all the action and stuff, and all the cool music and fighting and stakes and Rambo moments and all that shit. It was cool.
Yeah. It was like, wow, it's like an actual action anime.
Yeah, it felt like I was watching something with a budget, like fighting.
Exactly.
The Yoshika Rambo moment where she's like shooting at the fucking Niroi and she's like, da-da! And then seeing Hatori get stabbed, like shot for real.
God.
I thought it shot, like the way that they showed her getting shot. I'm like, oh, I bet it just like barely grazed by her side or something, and then show her stomach, and like half her stomach is like blown off. I'm like, oh shit, nope, you got fucked up.
Yeah, but she's like, let me use healing magic. Blood starts pooling, like liters of blood. Yeah.
Remember when I said I don't remember seeing blood in Strike Witches?
Well, now we show blood and panties.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, it was. Yeah, it was really good. And then Miyafuji just, through the power of love and anime, just went Super Saiyan, and it was like, shield. She became the shield bender. Like,
she literally became a fucking Super Saiyan. She like flew up over the Niroi and like shot it down with a shield and multi-shielded it. It was really. It felt like I was watching an actual Showdown anime.
Yeah, like they really upped the ante for like this final episode, and I appreciate that.
I also liked when they were just fighting the Nero. I liked that the last Nero was like a giant city, which that was pretty cool. And they were like flying through the building, shooting the old mini Nero and stuff. That was kind of cool. I like that a lot.
Yeah, they're just like, do you still? When I say it's like the best produced thing I've seen, no, but because at some point I was like, in my mind, I'm like, why does this remind me of like a Twitch stream? And like someone is potentially about to drop frames.
It didn't. Did you? Was it CG? I don't think I remembered noticing the CG too much.
It was like they went in and out. Like I could tell from like
certain
when they
parts.
kind of getting blown up, and it's just like, and I was like, all right, relax.
Don't go overboard with it. I feel like overall this season I'm really impressed with. They gave all the characters their own little episode of spotlight. This episode in particular felt like an actual final episode. They got back Berlin, and every character got their opportunity to shine for the most part. Yoshika got to be the Super Saiyan like she always is, but that's fine. Considering that this is my expectations for Strike Witches is just be an ecchi show that has a little bit of action, I'd say this episode delivered in high quantities.
Yeah, agreed. Very, very good.
So, final rating for the season. Is it me first this time?
Yep.
I'd say this is the best season of Strike Witches. There were a couple of episodes that were really bad, like the fucking Pyrenees episode where they're planting whatever, the stupid flower. That was horrendous. But for the most part, there was a lot of really good episodes. There was it had its good mix of wholesome episodes, like the Lucchini Shirley episode and the True Day Eric episode. That was really good action. It had its ecchi moments, like the whole big titty idol thing. That was like actually funny and ecchi. And then it had good action, like this final episode. So I had like a bit of everything. With just a few bumps in the roads. I'm gonna give it an 8. I think this is a really good, just action comedy ecchi. Like it's what you expect from a ecchi comedy action.
I'm gonna go and give it the same score. I'm genuinely like impressed. From like the last Strike Witch thing I watched. I forget what it was, but it was nothing like this. It feels like it's a completely different feel from what I saw last time. Yeah, very much not the best action. If it's action ecchi, that's the ecchi. Even though they did, but they didn't have that much ecchi this episode. They did.
They
It was like,
did, but it's like it's subtle.
well woven. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's just like here's that shot real quick. All right, bye.
Yeah.
And it's like woven
I
into
shot
the action.
accident fight. Yeah, no, very strong. I will say a lot of my score is biased because lesbian couples, like,
Yeah.
and they were so fucking cute. Like, some of them were really cute. And like it was very like in their lesbian drama it was very up there in that sense. And then there was like, oh my god, but then I love you. And I'm just like, oh my god, can you fucking not with my feelings? Ugh. What God, yeah, it was very sweet. It was very sweet. It was very balanced. God, I hope to get more money in the budget for better
Yeah.
animation. Like I said, that I don't know how I watch an anime and the anime dropped frames, but you know, it's 2020, anything's possible.
I think but I think it's like it's like a renaissance for Strike Witches. I'm pretty sure there's more Strike Witch stuff coming out next year, and I'm pretty sure this is gonna get like another season. And then they have Brave Witches season 2, I think, is coming out. I wasn't a big fan of Brave Witches, but I don't know, we'll see. So yeah, more Strike Witches.
More Strike Witches. Okay. Now for our final anime of the night.
The other episode of the week.
Yeah, sorry. by default, elimination. Attack on Titan, the final season, episode 4. My heart just goes out to Reiner.
God, Reiner struggles.
So much struggle. Like, he tries so. That's one thing I do love about him. He tries so hard to just do what's best for his nation. Like the episode, like the last part of the episode where they're like at the festival, just kind of like ugh. Like, he's so sweet. He just like all he wants to do is just like, yes, let me give you like
here's all the treats. Yeah,
let me give you the childhood that I didn't really have.
I really got to say, I love their camaraderie and stuff. Like, they really do have really good interactions with each other that I think are very believable. Like, it makes me feel like, yeah, these feel really human. Especially Gabby. I love Gabby so much. Like, seeing her get so aggressively angry that she lost her race. Poor Falco.
Yeah, and Falco's like, I did it for you, and she's like, what is that supposed to mean?
Fuck you saying?
And we're like, oh, gosh, she's stupid.
Yeah, I like when like the show knows when it can be funny and when it can be bleak. Like when it was being funny with the whole Gabby losing the race and like these two random security guards that are just there, like, oh no, did you beat Gabby in a race or something? Like, I don't know, whatever their deal was. Okay, I like that some people in the society are like super racist, and the other people are just regular. Like, yeah, they're just chilling.
Yeah, I do like that. I do like that. Not everyone just fucking hates Eldian.
Yeah, it's nuanced. Speaking of nuance, oh my god, there was like a mini plot twist in this episode with that Aaron scene, in not the ending scene, but the one where he talks to his grandfather.
Yeah, that I was like, hi, I'm Dr. Jaeger. Da, da, da. I'm just like, Jaeger, that sounds kind of familiar.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh my. When I connected the dots, I'm like, oh my god. And then when they went a step further and they're like, oh, he's just another patient. He just wanders out here sometimes, and he just like starts going crazy or whatever. I'm like, oof, that's like, that hit me. Like, so like my whole complaint about that, you know, when we first saw that scene last season, I was like, oh, his grandparents are dicks. Why would they just do this? And well, apparently it affected them more than I thought it would.
Yeah, so when you're... Yeah, I guess because when your son... like... Yeah, when your son is caught up in Eldian liberation and what have you, like the whole family tree suffers.
And
Like,
it also says a lot that I'm pretty sure Aaron knew who that was. So
yeah,
it says a lot that he was like able to keep it together and compose. Like Aaron as a character has grown so much since season 1.
oh yeah, he's not the same at
Mm-mm.
all. Yes, I was like, yes, I love in season 3. Yes, I love that you're so quiet.
Yeah, you're not screaming about how you're gonna kill all the Titans. You're not Naruto but with Titans.
Yeah, right. Uh, but then, um, oh, yeah, and then I'm just like, oh shit, Falco and Aaron are related.
Are they?
Yeah, remember? Falco said we became warriors because my uncle,
Mm.
being uh Aaron's dad,
Oh yeah.
was
Okay, I'm bad with family trees. I mean, what, would that make them cousins?
I believe so. Yeah, he's his uncle. Then yeah, they're
Mm.
cousins.
Interesting.
Yeah. Which at first I was like, oh my god, doesn't mean he's related to Reiner? I was like, no, Reiner is related to Gabby.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, but he's like manipulating his cousin, and then their grandfather found out. But it doesn't matter because the grandfather's crazy.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Aaron is using Valgo to like smuggle shit between like for him to like Mikasa and them or something.
Yeah. Yep.
So good on you, Falco, being an unwilling what do you call it? Pack mule.
That too. And then and one of the things that just fucks me up is just watching the Eldians like being like, oh yes, we're training to be warriors, da da da, and then cut to them being butlers.
Oh
And
yeah.
I was like, ugh, I'm not gonna lie, that made me that made me very not okay.
Yeah, that one scene where the kid spills the stuff, the wine on the woman's dress, that was a really strong scene. Like because he knew he was gonna get if that woman was like,
Oh my god,
he would have been killed.
he could have been killed. I don't want to be a warrior titan anymore.
Yeah, fuck that. You did. So
Um,
yeah, that was a really powerful scene, and I'm really interested in this new guy who just showed up. Was
Big
it
Willie,
Tibber? Yeah, Big Willie,
Big Willie. Yes, of the Tibbers.
the Tibber family.
A family who apparently they are descendants of the savior who killed the original Titan? Question mark.
I need to look back into that. I'm not too sure what the whole thing with him is.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. When I was watching the episode, I was like kind of fading just a little bit. Yeah, today's in a lot, so I was a little tired.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, he's a descendant of the saviors who killed some big bad Titan. I'm not sure if it's the original or a Titan.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. Dude, either way, he's big shit.
His own private military guards.
Owned by military. Basically, like the guy the dude who's part of the military. I'm not sure if he's head of the military, but he's basically like, he's like, hey, we all know that you run the country.
And one of them is a Titan, right? One of his family members.
Believe so. I believe so. One of them is a Titan.
Because I like the way they were introduced, and he was just like, "Oh, this is my family," and they're all just like fucking fighting each other. Like, the kids are fighting each other, and they fall over. Like, by the way, one of them was a Titan.
Yeah. Although I would love to see like a dynamic of like how does that work? How are you guys saviors and yet you guys have a Titan? Like, I feel like they may have adopted a Titan or taken one in.
Well, no, I
Yeah,
gotta look this up. I feel like they're gonna go into more detail about it next week.
They will probably. And then he says he's going to end up telling the truth. I maybe I wasn't paying up too much attention. Maybe I don't know what he meant by that by telling the truth.
I think that he's going to because he's doing a play or something. So I think because I'm pretty sure they're all subject to propaganda about the Eldians and stuff. So he's probably like, "Nah, I'm gonna tell you what really happened with the Eldians and the people on the island that we were hunting and stuff." So I don't know if he's 100% on the Marleyan side or not.
Yeah, I'm like, it's literally he's gonna do the right thing and tell like the whole truth. Well, probably for his own motives, or he's gonna be like, let's just kill the Eldians. We all hate him.
What if he's working with Eren?
Doubt it.
But that would be fucking crazy if he was. Like if he was the person Eren was sending these notes to using Falco.
Ooh.
Crackpot theories.
Theorizing.
And,
yeah.
And of course it ended on that crazy fucking scene with Reiner and Eren.
Scene that I did not watch.
I told you there was an after credit scene.
I was just so in a rush. I was just in a rush. You know what? Fuck it. Watch it right now.
Live reaction to the scene.
Okay. So we're watching the play. And there's the Beast Titan and other Titan warriors and the candidate. Mm-hmm. And okay, Falco's running. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh bitch, you won't see enough. No. Why?
So yeah, next week is gonna be fucking insane.
No, why is this always happening to Reiner? Let him live. Let him live, my lord.
No, he never gets a moment of peace. He got his moment of peace already. He was in the festival for 5 minutes.
Buying a bunch of food for a bunch of kids and losing all his money. Yes, that was his one piece.
That was his moment of happiness. It's gone. The rest of his happiness is gone now.
Yeah, basically. God damn. God damn. And then Falco's like, hey, wow, I totally am not aware that I'm kind of being manipulated.
God damn it, Falco. I love you though, Falco. You and Gabby. And the other girl that's there, Zafira or whatever her name is.
Yeah, I like the glasses dude
and the glasses. I like everybody actually. They're all really good. And Peak. I got a special mention Peak.
And I really don't like the fact that I feel like they can die at any minute. It makes
I hope they don't die. If Gabby dies, I'm dropping the show. I'm just gonna put that out there right now.
Oh,
sorry guys. I'm dropping if Gabby dies.
Well, guys, usually Oni would help me cover this episode.
Yeah, Drew's gonna have to do it himself.
Okay, well, that's going to wrap up things for the weekly review. Quick filler art question.
Mm-hmm.
What was your favorite anime from this season?
Of the finished anime, you mean?
Or just of the finished, the ones I have finished.
Probably. Oh, it's my bias, but it'd probably be Strike Witches. Well, or Danmachi. I feel like Danmachi was also really good. It's probably between Strike Witches and Danmachi, to be honest. Golden Kamui is always great, and I know I gave it the biggest score because it's great, but it wasn't like the most enjoyable one to watch. It's just the best of the one. Like it's the best anime, but it's not like the one that I was the most giddy about watching every week.
I think for me, it's definitely between Golden Kamui because I'm just biased for Golden Kamui. But also, I would say Talentless Nana.
Oh yeah, tell me what's not. I haven't watched any of the recent episodes. I'm like 3 episodes behind. But damn, I really wish we were covering that in the podcast too.
Yeah, no, they get to a point where it just gets like, they're really just digging in deep.
Damn, maybe if there's a season 2 of Caloris Nana.
Yeah, they're getting to a point where they're just like, all right, we're not just gonna make this about like her killing people and getting away with it. Comes a little bit more than
that. They actually have a plot besides that now.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I'll watch it eventually.
Yes,
we'll figure it out.
It's one of those things that why it's high is it's one of those things that it is very enjoyable, like to watch, because you get to see her like bullshit her way through like everything.
And really, really, it's like Death Note mixed with, I don't know, My Hero Academia.
Yeah, except wait, how many episodes? You said you're like 3 episodes behind?
Yeah.
Except like they're clearly like, and that's what I love about it too. It's I like that it's not too smart. It doesn't try to be too secretive. Like it's like people who can, if you just think hard enough, you can arrive to some answers yourself. Like for example, like this little school thing, it's designed for this shit to happen. It's set up to purpose. The teachers know, like the teachers are all in on it. They know that kids are dying.
I mean, yeah.
Like at that point, like that's the whole point.
Yeah.
Like they're like, oh yes, no, we like it's to literally just kill all the kids, or to let them kill themselves and each other.
As every good school should be.
No. Yeah, guys, if you haven't seen it, yeah, definitely check out Timeless. Even though I mean, I feel like it was like it's a spoiler, but it's like I said, if you're paying attention, you can catch on to those facts very quickly. They don't really hide it too. They don't try to hide it too well.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those shows that's easier to, well, not easier, but it's possible to play along and guess what's happening.
Yeah, and it's also pretty fun. Yeah, it doesn't ever feel too complicated than it needs to be. Like they explain everything at the end. Good plot twist. Like as homegirl just tries to do everything. Yeah, go check it out. Check it out indeed. Pretty good.
On that note, I am going to take us away. Guys, if you enjoyed this episode of G&A Podcast, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe so you catch all the episodes as they go up every week. Also, if you haven't, excuse me, if you haven't already, do follow us on Twitter, follow us on Twitch, and join the party over in our Discord. And if you want to take things a step further, you can either become a patron or a channel member or a Twitch sub and get yourself a bunch of awesome, beautiful benefits like access to our Midnight channel and Mementos, which are private Discord channels, as well as the ability to live watch anime with us every week. Like all these lovely people on screen right now. But also, this season coming up, we're going to be live watching ReZero Season 2 Part 2 and the rest of Higurashi. So if you want to get in on that action, you know what to do. And Drew, do you have anything you'd like to add?
Anything to add? Just have a good night. I'll get some sleep. But once again, is there a point where you don't feel too good or you're feeling like whatever, get up, stretch, eat some water, drink some water, eat some, and you'll probably feel better. And if not, then bitch yourself, go to the doctor.
Wise words from Drew. Until next time, this has been Soberoni, and we'll catch you guys later. Later.
Bye.